Hey, Mr. D here, and I'd like to share with you a story that's close to home. It's a book I read, and it's regarding one of the victims of the Boston Marathon, which is run on Patriots Day, which is a real fun holiday that Massachusetts has. And they usually have a Red Sox game in the morning, and all day the runners are crossing the finish line. People are in wheelchairs, are running baby carriages as they're running, and I mean, we're talking 26 miles from the suburbs right into downtown Boston. And this gentleman, Jeff Bauman, as you can see his legs are missing, was at the finish line in 2013 watching his girlfriend run, and he was there rooting her on, and she was getting close, and he noticed a real evil-looking guy over his shoulder, stone cold. He had sunglasses on, but they were staring at each other. He was 1 foot away, and that ended up being Tamberlin Tsarnaev, the bomber of the marathon incident there, and stone cold emotionalist. He claims he saw evil looking right at him. And he was about to move. He was about to leave the finish line. He was suggesting to leave because this guy really was bothering him. And just how cold he was. And so then he turned around and noticed a backpack on the ground. And he had that airport thought, don't leave any unclaimed bags around. And so he kind of brought his head up to look for Tsarnaev. He wasn't sure where he went, and like kind of tell him, hey, you left your bag here. And next thing you know, he was on the ground, just in a cloud of smoke, and someone running past him that was bleeding, and he could smell flesh burning. And I know this sounds like a bad book, but it really is a story of indomitable spirit, what he had to go through. And started off with so much heroicism. That gentleman in the cowboy hat, the Spanish guy, came by and rescued him, basically. And he was lying there because his legs were completely blown off. And so he just felt so helpless. And that's what bothered him the most. But he got rescued, and the community, the city, the country, his friends, his family all took care of him, supported him. Even his work, he worked for Costco, and they paid for all his medical treatment. He ended up being able to buy a house and doing all those things, but his rehab and everything was very difficult. How we take walking, never mind a sidekick or an axe kick, just for walking, just for granted. And if you really want to read a story of indomitable spirit, I really suggest you get his book and read that. And it's close to home to me because, I've watched so many of those races. Now he also felt too down and out a lot, but he had to give back. He went to Red Sox games, he went to Bruins games, waving the flag during the playoffs and the national anthem. And so he didn't really feel like doing it. He didn't want to answer questions. He didn't want to, but he felt like he had to give back to a city that did so much for him. And lastly, he wasn't super angry at the bomber. He felt sorry in a way for the bomber. And he wasn't going to let the bomber control his life and live life with a chip on his shoulder all the time. For the surviving brother, of course, he wants maximum jailhood for him. But he's not overtaken by anger, and he's not overtaken by excuses. And today he moves better and walks around better, and just wants to live a simple life and marry his girlfriend. I think, the book didn't say it, but I think they ended up getting married. But it's a wonderful story. It'll have its trauma and have its incidences, but if you really want to read about indomitable spirit, I definitely suggest this book. I hope you get it. I hope you read it. I hope you always continue to read and learn and grow. Mr. D here, checking out.